I'm Amelie and welcome once again to my channel. We are finally doing this. We are finally in the last part of Heaven Official's Blessing. I feel like it seems like I did it on purpose, that I just stopped on before ending the show, but it wasn't. It was an accident. And I am very happy to be back to this show because we just ended in such a cliffhanger with Sang Lang throwing himself into a hole that I feel that that was the wrong place to end. But here we are back today. I'm going to be watching episodes 10, 11, 12, and for some reason 12 again. In my Netflix account, I have 12 episodes. Like they appear separate, but they both name episode 12. I don't know if it's like a bonus episode, an extra episode, maybe some extra scenes, maybe it's a trailer for the second season, which is something that I'm also going to be watching today. I have already queued it on YouTube, but I don't know, maybe this is the trailer and I won't have to watch it on YouTube. Who knows? But that's what I'm going to be watching today. I'm so excited. I can't wait. I obviously have to watch a few of the episodes back to remind myself. I remember like the main characters and more or less their story, but there were, especially for the last plot line, the one that they went to the desert, that one, a few of the details were very hazy and also didn't remember the names. Well, actually, I now I only remember them because I have my notes here with me, but the secondary characters I don't remember very well. So here I am. I'm now ready. I have my notes with me. I have rewatched the previous episodes, so I am ready to watch Heaven Official's Blessing. So do I have anything else to say? I don't think so. No, I think that's it. So before I watch the episode, I'm going to make a summary, more or less, to where we have been so far with this show. You may skip it. I'm hopefully going to remember to put the time that you have to skip it in the screen now, but let's face it, I'm not the most reliable person when it comes to that, so I may forget to put it. If I do, well, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I guess you can advance until you hit, until you see that I'm reacting to the episode and then start from there. I'm so sorry. I'm just not very good at this, but I'm just going to continue. So, as for the summary of the show. So, I'm going to try to go quick. I'm not going to summarize the whole plot. I'm going to, focus specifically more what happened in the last few episodes with the last storyline in the show. But I'm going to mention what happened first. So, this show started with Shilian, who ascended to heaven. This was not his first time ascending, and nobody was happy about it. Especially because he caused quite a bit of a distraction when he did. Apparently, his ascension was just that, badass. So, he essentially destroyed a bunch of things. Nobody was happy to see him. When the disappointment of the people when they saw it was him, it was immeasurable. So, and the fact that he actually break things, even worse. So the problem that we have with Shilian at this point is that he needs, oh God, what is that word? Did I read it down? No. I want to say credits. And I'm probably going to say credits, but I know that there's probably another word for that. But what he needs are credits because he has to pay some money to fix the things that he broke. So these credits come from, essentially, people can gift them to you, or other gods can gift them to you, but also you can get them by having your followers pray for you. And Jillian doesn't have any followers, so he doesn't have any money, any credits to pay. So this woman, Lin Wen, who's helping him there, she gives him this mission to do, like, oh no, okay, you can do this and then you will get your credits. So he does. He goes back to Earth, I guess, and what he has to do is to solve this problem with some brides that have been disappearing. Now, during this mission, we meet a very interesting character that is Hua Chang. Hua Chang, although we find out later that it's him, but I think, at least the first time I saw him, I already knew that it was the other lead in the show. because how could he not? And it's a great moment, fantastic music, amazing images, and he just escorts Shilian, who's by the way dressed as a bride at this point. They're both wearing red, so it looks like they're going to their own wedding, but that's another thing. He escorts him through this blood-soaked forest, and he has a little umbrella for when it starts raining blood, and it's very romantic, it's very nice, but then at some point Shilian tries to, I think, grab him or something like that, and he disappears in a cloud of butterflies. It's fantastic. I love it. I think that is the best introduction for a character that I've ever seen. Anyway, they solved this issue with the brides. Apparently it was this woman that had been involved with, do I have his name here? I'm pretty sure it's General Pei. Oh, sorry, I hit something in my desk. I think his name is General Pei. He was this general. He apparently is a bit of a playboy, and he has seduced this woman and then decided that he didn't want to be involved with her. She was obsessed with him, and apparently he did all this thing with the brides just to attract his attention. So, not great. And this other guy comes to look for her. His name is that his name? General Page Jr., I think. He just takes it away. They're going to put it in a mountain, whatever, and that ends. Also, I forget to say that we have two other characters that are helping Shilian in this. One is called Nang Feng, and the other one is Fu Yao. They work for other gods, other general gods, I guess, that are in heaven, but they come to help Shilian, I guess, to get credits as well. I'm not sure. And Nang Feng is the one with the black hair, and Fu Yao is the one with brown hair. Anyway, Shilian goes back to heaven. They give him all this money, but he decides that instead of staying in heaven and do who knows, what he's going to do is going to go back to Earth and get himself some followers. So he does. He goes back to Earth. He starts, doing his scraping trash business that he's so fond of. And doing this, he is in a cart, and very coincidentally he meets this young, attractive, red-wearing stranger that suddenly seems to know so much about not only ghosts but also gods. He knows everything. He knows everything about everything, but he's a common human. You know how it is. So they have a little adventure, and Shilian is intrigued by this guy. He's also, he suspects that there's something going on because he knows a lot. So he starts also testing him to see if it's human or if he's maybe a ghost or something like that. But all of his tests come clean. Like, he can't figure out what's the deal with this guy. But he also likes him. He's intrigued by him. So he invites him to stay over in his temple, which is it's literally a hovel. It is literally the worst place. But I guess he got it from free, so, you shouldn't complain too much. And he stays there. They sleep in the same bed, as you do with all of the strangers that you meet in cats nowadays. And, they start to form a relationship. They are friendly. They like each other. Sanglan helps him around the temple. He fixes things. Shilian, I'm not sure what he does. He's around usually for these things. This is what he does. Shilian changed his hair, which looks absolutely awful now, but he tried. Also, he was trying to test him as well. So, they have their little domesticity going on. We are all enjoying it. But we have this guy that appears. Apparently, this guy had been running for a very long time, but he was an old man. And he was coming from very far away. So already, I think, suspicious. And they offer him water. They already seem to know that there's something fishy about this. They offer him water. He doesn't want to, and he say, "You have been running from the desert and you don't want water? Like, what's the deal?" And finally they force water, and when he drinks water, it sounds hollow, because it turns out that this guy was a puppet and that he didn't have organs, which is disgusting. It was empty. It was just an empty shell of a person. So when he drank water, it just fell down. That is disturbing. Anyway, no, because it was Sanglang that kills this dude with a chopstick, which is disgusting because he deflates. Horrifying. But now they are curious about what's happening in this faraway place. I think it's a desert. half moon kingdom something, I don't know. So they decide maybe we should go check it out, and as they do, we have Nang Feng and Fu Yao that just show up and said, hey, we heard that you were going to you were going to investigate this. I don't know how they find out, but they want to investigate as well. They want to go with him. So this is the moment that they see Sang Lang, and they are not happy about Sang Lang. They don't trust him, they don't like him, they don't like anything about him. Sang Lang doesn't help. He definitely, he's not trying to build a good relationship with these guys. He can't give less of a shit. So, that happened. There are some animosity between them. Anyway, they do some magic and they travel to this faraway place, this desert, but they don't travel the way. They have to, they travel close and then they have to walk through the desert, which Sang Lang is not happy, and who wouldn't? So, they are just chilling, walking down the desert. It's hot. Sang Lang is not happy. Apparently, he doesn't like the hot. And you know what? Me too. I can understand that. And during this time, Nang Feng and Fu Yao, they don't trust Sang Lang, with very good reason, I think. But they still don't trust him. So they try to test him as well. First, they give him something to drink, and he drink it. It's fine. No problem. Then they give him a sword to grab. Apparently this sword is going to reveal his true form or something like that, and Sang Lang breaks it and then pretends that they gave it to him like that. And I cannot describe the way Sang Lang trolls these guys. Is fantastic. One of my favorite things in the show, other than the relationship between Sang Lang and Xie Lian. So during this time, there is a sandstorm. They see two ladies just walking. Well, they were actually running through the sandstorm. We don't know who they are. I think there is a preceptor that I think was working for one of the cities. I don't know. And they think it's one of them. I have no idea. I don't know. Anyway, they decided to just go out during this sandstorm because why not? And obviously this is difficult because they keep flying off because the wind was that, it was that strong. So eventually they ended up all tied together with this rope that is not rope. This thing that Xie Lian has that is like no, I don't know how to describe it. I don't have the word. English is not my first language. Don't pressure me. This thing that he has that tie them all together. If you have seen the episode, you know what I mean. Anyway, they end up in a cave. They end up finding a cave to, take shelter for a little bit. And there they find a group of people who are also traveling across this desert. And they find this strange because apparently this is a place where people shouldn't be traveling. People disappear like crazy. Bad things happen. So the others are like, what are you doing here? I said, no, it's fine. We have a guide. Okay, fair enough. And then they also find the tombstone of a general that apparently, for what I remember, he hadn't actually been a general. Like he had been demoted, but people call him a general because they like him. And as they were looking at this tombstone, some snakes appear, but not regular snakes. These are scorpion snakes. So I guess they kill you twice. They could kill you by biting you, and they could kill you by stinging you, I think. So no good. Already, and I'm a fan of snakes. I like snakes, but, not poisonous ones. Well, I guess venomous ones, and not near me. Just that. So these snakes were not happy about having to share the cave with this guy. So they start attacking, and they end up biting or stinging, I don't remember what, one of the guys that were crossing this desert. And they also end up biting Xie Lian. Well, I was going to say Hua Chang because I believe we know who Sang Lang is, but we haven't had a confirmation yet. Anyway, Sang Lang decides to suck the poison out of Xie Lian's wound, which is in his hand, so it's not very risky. But the poison, I think, is still affecting him. Like it was. So I feel it was just an excuse to suck on his hand. But that is something else. But they decide that, they say that there is a cure for this. They give some pills to the guy that the snake bite, so he could live for another day. Xie Lian, apparently, because Sang Lang sucked some of the poison, I guess it's fine to travel. Although we also know that he's a god, so I don't know how that works in terms of dying. Anyway, they have to go to like a palace, to a city, to look for these leaves that apparently can cure this bite. So they do. This is very dangerous. So I think I don't remember if Nang Feng or Fu Yao stay with the people in the caravan, and the others go. The other goes with Shelian, Sang Lang, and the guide that was guiding these people, because apparently he knows where the city is. So they go there, they find the leaves, and suddenly the people in the caravan appears, because apparently they didn't want to stay there, and they follow them. And then we have something very creepy happen, which is some face appear in the leaves, and apparently it's a guy that they had buried there, and he wants to eat them. He killed one of the people, and he's trying to get them closer. But he says something interesting. He says that one of the persons in the caravan is not in the caravan. The people who are there is not who they say they are, and they have seen them like 60 years ago. Now, this is interesting because on the one hand, we have several gods that may as well been there 16 years ago. But then we also have Hua Chang. So I don't know if he's referring to Hua Chang or maybe one of the others. I guess Nang Feng and Fu Yao are not necessarily gods, but they are demigods, whatever. They're probably alive 60 years ago. So suspicious that. But when we're about to get more information, actually I don't remember, but at some point a huge, like this is a tower of a man, appears and kills this face. Or actually doesn't kill them, just throws something at it and breaks it, and then we realize that under this face there were just skeleton, because he has been there for a long time and the plants had fed on his body, which is distressing. And also his face was broken and he was still talking, so disgusting. The whole thing from start to finish was disturbing, disgusting. I don't want to think about it anymore. Anyway, they are taking prisoners. Every single one of them are taking prisoners, but these big burly soldiers. I'm not sure. This is something that after watching the episode, I watched it yesterday, I didn't watch it today. It's still to me not clear if these soldiers are alive or they are zombies. I'm not sure, because I think some of them they look rough. Like the main one, whose name I don't remember, looks more or less fine, but the other ones look rough, so I'm not sure. The other ones look like they're zombies. They don't look like they are people. And then they go to this tower, and you have the tower, and you have the tower, the top off is like, it's not there. You don't have a top. So it's like you climb the tower. I'm trying to explain something for people who had already seen. We know what I'm describing. They go to the tower, and there is the big fall from the tower inside the tower. And inside the tower, there seem to be like more soldiers. And I think those are definitely dead. I'm pretty sure. But I'm not sure if the ones outside are also alive. At least some of them, again, some of them look rough. Anyway, the main soldier of these people say, we are going to throw you from the tower. And first the guy thinks that for some reason he can push this, mountain of a man off the tower. Although he's like not even a third of his size. So he fails and he gets thrown out of the tower. Not out of the tower, actually, he gets thrown in the tower, which is worse. And then they're going to throw a little kid that is with the caravan. And Shelian says, no. And he speaks the same language, because apparently Shelian had been around this area, collecting scraps. That seems to be his favorite pastime. So he knows the language, and he's talking with this guy, trying to convince him, like, maybe don't throw him. And as this is happening, we see that Sang Lang is getting, like, it's standing there about to jump, and Shilian is like, no, don't jump. And Shilian says, no worries, just excuse me for a minute. And he's like, what? You're supposed to be a normal human. That is not what normal humans do. Anyway, he throws himself out of the tower in the more casual, like, yeah, don't worry, I'll see you later, I guess. And he throws himself. And obviously, we know that nothing is going to happen to him, because we know that he's in reality Hua Chang. I think Lian also knows, but for a moment, Lian is really worried there. I'm pretty sure nothing is going to happen to him. But, wait to do that. That is, I guess it worked, but my God. So that is the last thing that happened. That is the last thing that happened as Lian was going down, because he also did it in the most extra way possible, not just throw himself. He threw himself midair, he turns around to look at Lian, he says something, but we don't know what, and then that's the end of the episode. So I feel like Hua Chang is not very good at pretending to be a person. I feel like Lian just doesn't care, but at that moment he cared very much that he had thrown himself off the tower. So that's how it ended. That's how it ended. I just can't wait to see this. So let's just go into the episode. Let's go into the episode because I can't wait. So we have a few episodes to watch today, so this is going to be a while. Let's go to episode number 10 right now.